Tell me.
Tell me.
All those things you couldn't tell your friends and family.
From the smallest and to the most serious problems.
Everything goes. Tell us all about it.
We'll give you great advice and even give you a cheer-up song through it.
And it is Tell Me.
Tell me.
Yeah. Hello, Cory.
Yeah. Hello.
High five.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right.
You lost weight.
Thank you. I just started to work out more efficiently.
What do you do?
I
you
just changed
work
my.
out?
I've been working out, but it's just I changed my eating habit a bit.
Okay,
instead
so you
of
don't
late
eat.
night snacking. No, I do eat. It's just instead of late night snacking, I try to eat all my food, get all my nutrients in around breakfast and lunch.
Oh, so you eat a huge meal?
Oh, I eat a lot. It's just I eat at a different time.
For breakfast?
Right.
And you don't eat you don't eat
After
dinner or
past right around 8 is when I start just kind of easing in and I drop all the food out of my hands or just out of my sight in general so I don't get tempted.
Yeah. And
but the thing is,
working out.
Yeah, and I've been since I work late at night. I go to the studio right after this, and it's that's when it's the hardest. When I need to just kind of cope with everything
from the temptation.
Yeah,
because
when I work, I have to eat something. It's just a habit.
Really?
But yeah, that's what I'm trying to cut out, and I've been working on it, so it's not too bad.
I see. It's
but again,
very
it's because I
mental
eat
thing.
so much in the morning. It just keeps me filled the whole time. Apparently, sodium is supposed to keep you,
right.
Satisfied. So I just have a lot of actually not very healthy food per se, but I just eat a lot.
The nutrition or something to get the the nutrition that you need.
Yeah, right.
Because you need to
I do need
healthy.
to eat. You do have to eat.
Yes.
Right.
But anyways, you look great.
Thank you.
Yes.
You look great too.
Oh, thank you.
Like always.
Oh, thank you very much. We have Stephanie from Singapore saying, hello, good evening. How was your day today? I hope it was great. Yes, it really was great. And because we've been talking about aliens since the part 1. Yes, our intro question was about aliens.
Right on.
Do you believe in aliens? So it's been such a long time since I've tuned in to Sound K, and today I finally got some time to tune in because the school ended earlier. Thank you very much for tuning in. Cory, do you remember me? I asked in the past that which color that you should dye your hair, but you were still blonde. LOL. I bet you don't remember, but actually I'm Stephanie from your fan cafe.
Well, I actually remember you because just because I do, and as far as the hair color goes, I remember talking to you about it. That's what actually rung with Bill. So yeah, good to hear that you're tuning in again.
Yes, Stephanie
good.
from
Stephanie,
Singapore.
Good.
We have Azia96 from Bulgaria.
Right on.
Saying hello, Cory.
Hello,
handsome Cory.
Oh, baby, what up?
Happy December. How are you?
Great.
Do you have any plans for the last month of the year? It's already last month.
Work hard.
Really?
Work hard and play hard.
Just focusing on work?
Yes, because the folks are waiting for me right now again. I need to work hard, so just work hard.
Yes, and your sister is still here?
Oh, yeah, she is. She's here for another week or so.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Spending time with family. I'm so
right.
jealous. So have an amazing evening and take care. You look really cute today. With love, Azia from Bulgaria. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Actually, guess what? We are going to start with your message, Azia,
Okay, right
from Bulgaria. So, this problem have no solution.
Goodness.
Oh my goodness. It's kind of, negative. Very negative. Well, I mean, to your parents, you always and forever will be their little kid, so they will protect you as their baby.
Right.
I'm 18 years old too, and every time when I go out, my mom freaks out. She freaks out? She's like, where are you going and when are you going to come back? But actually you feel strange when they don't ask you such things. So be happy that you've got parents that love you, that much. But God bless all the people and their lovely parents. Cory, I, wanted to say happy birthday. When was your birthday?
It was on the 25th.
It was on the 25th.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yes, Azia, saying that your parents is very strict and very worried about you. Even you're 18 years old and always be, very, caring.
Right.
But I understand that why you said this problem have no solution.
Right.
She was like,
And it's
no
not
solution.
quite a bad thing. We talked about this last time, right?
It's we were talking about the other listeners' problem. This was not Asia's problem.
Oh, okay.
But yes, she was sending in the similar question, but it's a statement saying that no solution.
There you go, Asia.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, and next we do have
one from Barry One.
Yes, Barry One.
Okay, this one's from Turkey, by the way. And hello, DJ Snevny.
Hello.
I fight with my mom again and again, and I know it's bad to fight, but what can I do? I'm so stressed out these days.
Do you fight?
Do I fight with my parents?
With your parents?
Ever since I moved out, I kind of stopped fighting with my parents.
Right.
Yeah. It's because we start appreciating what we don't have.
But I think everyone fighting with the parents, that's kind of normal.
Yeah, it's not weird. It's not. You're not. Being outrageous, like talking back to your parents. It's not a good thing. I'm not condoning that you fight. But I mean, you conversate and sometimes you disagree upon a lot of different subjects, and that'll bring up the temper, right? So,
but how are you going to apologize? Yes, apologize. Apologizing is really, really important. So maybe we can give a little tip, how to apologize.
Well, I mean, just after you get in a fight, I'm sure you just have to take a step back and think about the situation and think about whether you did the right thing by talking back or getting the fight in the first place. And if you're in the wrong, well, regardless if you think you're right or wrong, the fact that you talked back to your parents, I think you should be able to kind of apologize about the situation.
Right.
And yeah, I just think you should process it as like a normal thing. If once you get in a fight with your parents, know to apologize that you talked back to your parents.
Right. So, but can you control your anger gauge? I will say
me
and yes, think straight.
Yeah. Again,
after the fight. How do you calm yourself down?
It's weird. That's just my nature. That's just how I was born. Like,
really?
I actually I didn't have that many situations where I got in a huge fight with my parents. Because I just kind of I'm just completely under their spell, and I'm okay with it because it's out of love.
Oh,
and yeah, whenever I got in an argument with them, I just felt like I was in the wrong. And so they're looking out for us.
When you actually move out from or move away from the parents, then you guys will not fight at all. You will miss the time that you are you fight with their parents because
if anything,
because people who lived together, there's always argument.
Yes, yeah. It doesn't matter who you live with.
Right.
You're going to get in arguments with people you see every day.
But it's not like a fight with that, hater mind. It's just like fight because you guys are arguing. Yes.
Yeah.
And with love because you care about each other. That's why people argue about that.
That's
so
right.
I want to ask our listener though, how do you guys approach? Do you guys normally approach to apologize first, or what are the good way to apologize? Let's help Buriwan out from Turkey. That how can make this situation better.
And if he or she's actually listening, I'm actually curious to what she's getting fights over so often. That
which category?
Yeah, because if she's I'm stressed out these days
right.
about getting in a fight over and over again. If we just get a gist of it, if it's too personal, just if we could know what it's about, you get all the love.
And I'm like, Dad, come on, don't even. But yes, he's always very, very overprotective, sometimes. But these days, I'm turning into, I don't know, next month I be 20, nine in Korean age?
You lost track.
Yeah, because I just turned into 27 because my birthday was in October.
Right.
But somehow
Korean
in Korea,
age, it goes by the year.
Yes,
so.
goes by the year. So I'll be 29. Can you believe that? It's crazy. So for our listeners, if you guys have any advice or good way to apologize to people, then let's help Brian out from Turkey. So please send in your advice or the messages, your thoughts on our message board. Yes. Let's move on to our next message. It's actually from InSpirit99 from Cambodia. We have a listener from Cambodia. So I got a lot of what is that? Like acne. Acne on my forehead. Like skin troubles.
Breakouts.
I went to many skincare clinic, but it didn't get better. I don't know how to make the acne go away. Please give me some advice.
So many people have their own ways of taking care of their skin. What about you? By the way, Stephanie has like really, really like just flawless skin, from what I see.
Oh, thank you.
So I mean, let's see what you do.
Me? I don't really go see a dermatologist or.
What's your know-how, I suppose?
Know-how? Food.
You just watch what you eat.
Because I'm allergic to like some kind of like milk. I'm allergic to like just white milk.
Right.
And like mushrooms.
Lucky you, because I really don't like mushrooms anyway. So I mean,
really?
I'll tell you about that later.
And like pork, if it's like
wow, you have a lot of allergies.
It's not like like I'm not allergic to like pork, but pork itself, it's better when people have a lot of high temperatures, like like body temperature.
Right.
Then pork is perfect food. But me, my hands and my feet are cold. I have a freezing. I have like cold hands and fingers and toes.
I didn't know the correlation between that and pigs.
Right. So pork, it's little. It's chili food.
Okay.
What I'm saying is so for me, chicken and beef is better.
Okay.
So I went to see a nutritionist. Sorry. Like long time ago.
Right.
But I got that, idea. And then from food, I controlled myself. If I eat like greasy food, then I do get acne too.
Right.
And, drinking, it's it's a most dangerous thing that can really ruin your skin.
So this,
like alcohol,
For you, it's just a chemical balance, right? Getting the right vitamins, eating the right food.
I do take vitamins every single day. And even for the vitamins, you need to know which kind of vitamin is that's suitable for you.
Right.
You really have to figure out. And me, I control myself with food.
Right on. I mean, I think absolutely. A lot of people go about doing, like, especially when you work in this field, they care for their skin, right?
Right. And I did that when I was active, but I don't have enough money to get that kind of
need it.
laser or whatever. No, I just it's okay. I can just like buy a sheet of facial mask or something.
From what
like
I
that.
see, this is fine. Like you don't need any more. It's more for people who actually have breakouts or are very red. But it seems like most of the people around me go about their treatment the same way. It's rather than going to a dermatologist, they really watch what they eat. And for me, it's just it's weird. I have more breakouts when I try to treat myself. So I just kind of have to fight through the weather. Just, I don't touch it. I don't use special soap. I just use like water to wash my face.
Just water? You put makeup on.
Oh, I mean, other than when I have makeup on. Like after I erase it, I don't like... I'm talking about when I don't have makeup on, by the way. Just in general, like... very light lotion. Just as long as I get my toner.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like just not using anything too thick or special works for me. But that's just because I have really weird skin.
Do you have a dry skin?
I'm really sensitive, and at the same time, I have like dry places and I have like oily places. So I really don't have the right thing to use.
But you know how to control because
to be very minimal. Don't use too many different products and mix and match. But at the same time, it's your skin. You only have one skin, right?
Yeah.
You don't get it and you like graft a skin all the time. So I think honestly the best way to go about it is watching what you eat and knowing what you should and should not eat.
Right. So InSpirit99 from Cambodia, you really have to know what type of skin that you have.
Right.
Because one of my friends, she really had sensitive skin.
Right.
And she went to, dermatologist, and then she really wanted to use this chemical,
chemical
peeling stuff. Anyways, that really ruined her skin.
I'm sure.
Because she was, everyone was, saying that you have beautiful skin, don't do that.
Right.
And even doctor was saying that, you don't have to do that because peeling.
Right, you're like forcing yourself to shed.
It's chemical stuff, and it's too much for. It was literally too much for her skin. So after that, she was having this like red dots all over her face.
Oh no!
For I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 days straight. It didn't go
she must
away.
Have freaked out.
Yes, so I was saying that you know what, there's a peeler or whatever chemical stuff that's for people who need that.
Right.
So it's just like, don't get greedy with all those chemical things. Come on.
Yeah.
All you have to know is
just be very careful, right?
like you said, Cory, you really have to know what your skin type is, and also use the right, like proper, like a toner or some kind of like a, facial lotion. So make sure to, check your skin type with a dermatologist, or if you want to control, your skin with their food, then maybe nutritionist. Yes. Yeah. All right. In Spirit to 99 from Cambodia. Thank you very much. But it is our time to listen one more track and come back and continue with our Tell Me, Tell Me. This is Burning by Phantom. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Sound K, and I'm your DJ, Stephanie. We are here with Cory from 24K for Tell Me, Tell Me, and the last song was Burning by Phantom. Okay, we actually have a great feedback message from Asia96 from Bulgaria. So, Cory, why don't you read it for us?
Okay. Let's see, subject... apologize. First of all, I think she actually must know 100% that she did something wrong, so there's something to apologize for. Actually, I'm not that kind of person that apologizes often, but when I feel like I have to, I do it. My apology is simple. Without any present or silly things, I'm just really honest and everything works out. So to Barry 1, be strong, be honest, and wish you very much luck. Yeah.
And whenever it comes to, apologize to parents, they will be very overwhelmed.
Right. They're going to give you the benefit of the doubt for sure. As long as you're honest, they'll sense it anyway. It's not like they're going to pick up on some like...
No, it's parents. Come on. It's mom and dad.
And if you do try to trick them, they'll know. So...
Thank you very much, Asia. And you have one more feedback for your for the skin problem that we just shared right before the music break. Once more, Asia96 from Bulgaria.
Okay, so, cool.
Okay, looks like I will be in that corner. Yes, thank you very much. I just love it, getting the feedback messages. So I think that everything that Stephanie Ani said, it is true. Like a nutritionist or, control my skin or my weight with food.
Right.
So you have to be careful what you eat.
Right.
And I used to use one tonic with the silver, ions. Actually, silver is a really good disinfectant. So I think that it is a simple but helpful. Yes, that really is helpful. So our listener who are tuned in right now for Tell Me, yes, this is a great
silver
advice. Yes, silver it is.
I have no clue.
Because you don't care about...
I'm 24K. We need to use gold, all right? Forget silver.
Wow, good one.
Only first place in the world, baby.
24K it is. Oh my goodness. Cory, so let's read our next message.
Okay, Juhyun 0830. Only first place in the world, baby.
24K it is. Oh my goodness. Cory, so let's read our next message.
Okay, Juhyun 0831.
Yes?
31, sorry. And it's from the Philippines. Hello, DJ Stephanie and Cory Opa. Hello. So I'm in my third year of college, and I have a scholarship on the university where I'm studying, but I'm afraid that this might be the last semester that I'll be able to apply for a scholarship as a student because my grades on law subject is somehow very low.
Okay.
I'm afraid that it might not meet the needed grade for me to get my scholarship. And I'm really trying my best right now, but I am not really good at law, understanding a lot of articles, rules, etc. I don't know how to talk to my parents about it, and I might disappoint them because this is my first time for me to lose my scholarship. So how should I tell them about this?
So this is the first time for you to lose a scholarship, and so you've been, having all the scholarship from the school, and then you've been studying. That's awesome.
Yeah. So you've been good.
Yes. Right. And this is for one point. Maybe you sometimes in life it doesn't really work out, but you just kind of have to deal with it because that's life.
Right.
But telling the parents, have you ever had this kind of problem? Because
oh yes.
You did?
Well, no, not about scholarship, but just telling them something very disappointing.
Okay. So how did you do
how did
that?
I go about it? You know what? It was kind of weird because I was just like straight up, was like, I did something wrong.
Would smile?
Yeah, no, I didn't smile. But the funny thing is, it's really funny. My parents are very, very traditional, but at the same time, they're very just kind of. I'm not gonna say they're like friends with me. They are my parents in the end, but in fact, they always try to understand what I'm going through. I mean, clearly they've gone through a lot more than I have. So they were just kind of open to listen to my problems.
I see.
But at the same time, I am trying really hard not to disappoint them. But when something happens, they're actually the first one to kind of pick me up and be like, it's okay.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, that's why it was but that's why I'd make sure I wouldn't do something that stupid that, it's like I have nothing to lean on. But absolutely, this is not something to be, rather embarrassed about, but in fact, the fact that you're talking about this the way you are seems like you have more than what it takes to actually kind of jump back on the horse and make it happen. So just be honest. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, if you feel like you tried your best, actually it could go both ways. If you tried your best and it didn't work out, still there's nothing to be disappointed about because you gave it your best.
No, seriously.
But if you didn't give it your best and that happened, then you got your answer. You could just try a little harder. But whatever the case, you could tell your parents both the situations. But in my regards, I'm sure that you didn't try as hard as you did the last couple semesters. It may be harder, but maybe you just kind of let loose that tension just because you're kind of far into your college,
right? Me, I really didn't care about my grades when I went to school in the States because I was busy going to attending the ballet studio, and I had another thing to focus on, and I was always saying that mom and dad don't expect good grades from me. Seriously.
There you go. See, being honest.
Yeah, I always be honest, and I kind of train them that,
to be ready for that.
Yeah, to be ready for anything. You know what? It's, and it works.
Yeah,
but you know what? Because I actually pay my own, tuition, and then, I do have a scholarship right now at the school. So, my case, because I'm grown up and I've been paying my tuition. If it's like the problem with money, then you really don't have to be ashamed of or something like that. But if you're just worried about your grades, then you really have to maybe have to like study another like subject for extra, like a fallback, because there are a lot of courses and subjects that you can take easily. Because law, I'm not a law person. Trust me, I know nothing about law, but I'm sure that it will be very, very hard, and you really have to put a lot of effort to it.
Right.
But this story kind of reminds me of this one book. It's about how Asian kids, like especially we have like tiger mother. The title is like that. So tiger, like parenting. Whenever the child disappoints, with their grades or something like that, most of Asian mother go harsh on them, like such as no food allowed, or just like they just locked inside of the room.
Right.
You know what? It's a cultural thing.
Yeah, it is.
But they had this like a survey and plus the hidden camera in the States.
Oh, okay.
So the little girl, she was Asian, and of course she was with this. She's actress. And also the mother who played a woman who played mother, she also was, actress. And they were in the middle of the restaurant and, this mom was just screaming because she was getting the wrong answers. Like every time. So she was just screaming and she was using that, like words, like harsh words, like garbage or something like that. And most of American, they were like, you are the worst of birds.
Yeah.
They were screaming at her so badly. If even that was a public, restaurant. But for Asian, myself, I did not have a, tiger, mother, but my mom was pretty strict because she was a teacher, but she didn't use any kind of like hurtful like words, but I do kind of understand how the Asian the mother they train their kids but it's with love,
Yes.
So but this is from Philippines, so I can kind of sense that you have a very strict parent.
Similar upbringing.
Marianne. But I think you really have to face it because, third year of college, you're grown up.
Right.
Yes. And, I was saying that be honest. I study hard and then, this is a law, like a law school or, it's a little, maybe too much sometimes. So I kind of... I tried hard, but this is what it is. You kind of have to confront it, but otherwise they will not know how hard that your situation is. You really have to have the companion, because especially this subject is really, it's hard.
So with that given situation, that's why I feel like she just needs to be honest. Because if it's something that just can't work out, whether she tries hard or not, that's a different subject.
Yeah. So, don't hide.
Yeah.
Don't
just be
hide.
honest. Just be honest.
It's only like people who you can trust and share is your parents. I know you our listener sent in this, a problem, but actually confronting your parents will be the best way to go through this hardship.
Absolutely.
Because your parents will be there always. All right, so Cory, that was it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. But
thank you.
You know what? It is our time to listen to one more song and come back. This is "툭하면 Easily" by Brave Girls. It's a very chill and relaxed song. Hopefully our listener can cheer up after listening to this song. Welcome back. We're here with Cory from 24K for Tell Me. Okay, we have the advice actually from 80s from Iceland.
Interaction, baby.
Yes, telling the parents. So I am very used to this topic, and my advice is show your true feelings about it, just like we said, and cry if you have to.
There you go.
You are still their baby after all. There you go.
So be vulnerable.
Yes.
No need to feel ashamed.
Yes, Marianne from Philippines, that was for you from Iceland 80s. Okay. But 80s, we received your problem. So, Cory, why don't you share?
Okay, let's see. From
Iceland?
How do you read this ID?
Bochensar.
Okay, yes. Let's see. Tell me. Hello, Stephanie, Ani, and Cory.
Hello.
Hope you guys had an awesome day. I recently got in contact with a friend who disappeared around about 3 months ago.
What?
And I know she's okay because I'm friends with her mother in SNS. Anyway, she reached out to me because she is afraid. Doctors found a bad cell growth in her body. Oh no. They say that it's in the beginning stages of cancer. I really care about her, like my own sister, but I'm afraid of saying wrong things. She has a 2-year-old son,
my
and
goodness.
she lives in a city far away. Because she disappeared, my other friends have been talking about her badly, and I admit I was really angry, but now I know the truth and we talked and made peace. But if I add her on my SNS, my other friends will ask questions and it's not my story to tell. So what should I do?
Okay. Wait a minute.
So this is kind of a touchy subject.
Yes.
Right.
And I was a little confused at one point.
So I mean, so she has a friend that just kind of disappeared.
3 months ago, she has a baby.
Yeah, she came back, and I mean, she didn't come back. She just reached her through SNS,
right?
And told her that she's in the beginning stages of cancer,
right? But she has a son,
right, and she has a son, and she lives far away. So I think she Boschanasar here has a 80s has a problem helping her out financially or just even physically. So, and at the same time, she has people talking, trash behind her back, but she can't even tell them what's going on because it's not her story to tell. So what should she do?
Well, 80s. So first of all, I think you really have to keep the secret for her. If
right.
You
absolutely.
Really, truly.
Absolutely.
Think that she is, your good friend.
Right.
But it really is harsh. Wow.
Yeah. I mean.
Cory, why don't you go first?
Again, this is actually a very sensitive, right? It's not easy for me to just tell you what to do and what is right to do. But if I was in that such situation, I suppose, again, I'd keep that confidential. Absolutely, just that information is not your story to tell, as you said.
Where's the father?
Yes, where is the father?
Where is the father?
If you can answer, go ahead and tell us if she has a father, or if she has a husband, or whoever had that commitment.
Yes, I mean, she has a son, and she has cancer at the same time, and she lives in the city, you said. So I'm sure that she had someone.
I really hope she has somebody. I mean, I hope that she's not on her own.
Yeah.
Hope that her parents are actually with her and taking care of her, and hope to, whoever you believe that that she actually talked to her parents about it too, right? It's not very clear. I'm not really sure if I mean, she did talk about the parents just staying in contact with her parents through SNS, but that didn't really answer whether if she's in this like all alone, or not.
Right, but only the hopeful thing is they found this cancer beginning stage.
Yeah, beginning stages.
So you know what, these days, because technology due to technology, if you find the cancer, if it's just a small and it's the beginning stage, then they can
treatable.
treat. It's very, very treatable. But we are talking about
what she should do, right?
Yeah, and other people,
right?
Because they've been saying the bad things, but.
I suppose without being so like forward, just kind of defending her in a way, just giving her just some break when that subject's brought up, just like it's not, we don't know anything for certain, so maybe we shouldn't talk about this.
Yes, me, I just hate whenever people just like gossip and talk trash about about other people. That's just very, very wrong.
It's an elementary thing to do.
It really is. So whenever you hear all this bad negative things, just say that you guys we don't know, we didn't see her for a long time. If we didn't see it with our own eyes, then let's not talk about that.
Yeah, there's no proof.
Yes. Why don't you just like change the subject? Just,
right.
Right away. Because people who like to talk about other people's thing, then it's their personality. They're not going to stop that. So you really have to just like change the subject just right away. Because if you argue with that, people with that kind of personality, oh my goodness, there's no end. There's no conclusion. And I'm afraid that 80s, if you just like step out like too, too much, then maybe they will talk about you. I don't like that.
Right. So I think you just have to be very witty about this situation. You got to probably just kind of take a step back and think about what you would want, what this friend would want from you, which is, again, to keep it quiet. But I mean, if she knows that they're talking, badly about that friend, I'm sure you know better than us, like how your friends kind of work, your system works.
Yeah.
So when that conversation happens, trying to avoid it somehow without making it, too obvious.
Right.
It's up to you, really.
And 80s, I think you are dealing with the situation like just like a grown-up woman, because you're very like you're keeping it quiet.
Right.
And
most importantly,
yes. And I think yes, keeping the secret and always just like beside her as a supporter. I think that's all she needs. You know, I'm sure that your friend, she's grown up because she already have, you know, the 2-year-old son. So she's responsible. She has that huge responsibility and she's a strong mother. I can say that. And I'm sure that she will fight through it. All you have to do is just pray for her and be there for her. But whenever you see all the, you know, the criticism or, you know, negative things from the gossip from other people, then just, you know, just tell them to not just talk about, you know, this person. I think that's all you have to do. I mean, that's what you are doing. You've been doing. And I think you are controlling and dealing with the situation pretty well.
To add one more thing, yeah, just continue to talk to her too, because I think talking is the best thing for her at this point too.
Yes, especially for girls.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, anybody. Yeah, just talking relieves a lot of stress, and right now she needs to get her mind off of the, you know, situation she's dealt with. So yeah, and just talk to her.
The trustworthy issue, you know what? I think your friend really trusts you. And 80s, I am really glad that I wish that I have a friend who I can, you know, talk all my problems. But 80s, I think you are being a great friend. Wow, thank you very much. But yes, hopefully that she can, you know, treat that, you know, cancer and, you know, the bad cell.
We hope the best for her.
Yes, for sure. We'll pray for her, your friends, and hopefully, 80s, you don't really have to worry too much of her, you know, later. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone, for sending in and showing your support on our message board. But it is our time to say goodbye.
So quick.
I know.
Time flies by.
But you know what? Hopefully our last song, while Cory, you're here, can really cheer our listeners up. All right, so this song is No Pain, No Gain by M2M. And thank you, Cory, once more for joining us. And I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Woo.